All right, so y'all remember Tia Mowry, Tia and Tamara?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so Tia has been through some things, and she was on Hoda and Jenna, something like that. And she was talking about
my
her
marriage
divorce.
was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Corey some beautiful, amazing children. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, you know, how I'm looking at it now. And I feel like people look at, when they look at marriage, that success equals longevity. But no, at the end of the day, it's, are they happy? Are they thriving? Are they growing? And I feel like that is what is most important. It's not about staying in something because however long you are in that situation, that equals success. It's about really, again, are you happy? Because life is really short.
What'd she say?
Are y'all happy?
Marriage is
About happy.
divorce is graduation from marriage.
When you said it like that, that was just
There's a couple of things
most
that
asinine statement.
there's a couple of things that's always kind of made me caution what she talks about to me, Tia, because I know that Tamara has always been very selective about the roles that she chooses, and the other sister was not.
You talking about the game?
The game, and I feel like eventually, what you want in your heart, even if you think it's just acting or you think it's just a job to you, it eventually comes out in your life. And what you have in your heart comes
So
out
she
in
was
your
in the
life.
mirror like your boy.
Oh yeah.
Like Terrence Howard, she was in the mirror like your boy. Like,
So what about her concept of divorce as graduation from marriage? Long marriages is not the goal. Happiness is the goal. What's your?
Well, if you get remarried, are you repeating school? You repeating the course? Is that what it is? Because I mean, that doesn't make sense.
I think she would say it's a new.
the real graduation from marriage is
It's
Now
your
I'm getting my
master's.
master's.
the real graduation from marriage is communication. That's the real marriage, because that helps you keep going. Like if we using that concept, you get married. If you're communicating, you can get like your bachelor's, then your master's, then your doctorate, but all this other stuff. But
Three-way communication.
yeah,
So it's not just between y'all two. It's if both of you guys are going to the Father.
Yeah.
Your communication improvement with each other and your communication improvement with God, that's what binds you together forever.
I think that's the part that's being missed when people just speak so loosely about marriage. Do you understand you made a vow with the holy God? You know what I'm saying? Saying no matter what happens, me and this person gonna work it out. And divorce happens. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's grace. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe you just go out here and just get married and divorce like willy-nilly. But I believe it's grace for a bad situation. But to look at it as being a graduation when a vow to God was broken and you got children who now have to try to figure out life with their parents in two different places and trying to figure out that dynamic. I don't see how you can celebrate that unless the husband was doing just some diabolical stuff, like he was very promiscuous, so he was abusing you and the children, which I don't know what the situation was. But even then, it's still a heartbreaking situation because when you got married, you didn't expect it to go that way. So I wouldn't say it's a graduation. It's still more of a disappointment.
But let's talk about it. I think what it sounds like is I wasn't happy. So if
happiness is the goal. Yeah.
Happiness matters to me. So if I'm not happy, then we should end this. And I'm thinking from a biblical standpoint, that's not grounds for divorce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just being honest, that's not grounds for divorce.
I think it's a mask of pain, but you say whatever makes you feel good, so you want to say that to the audience.
That's a good point. There's nothing wrong with her finding joy, because if she went through it, let's say this guy put her through it, and she wants to see the silver lining of, hey, if her answer was, God got me through it, it's not how I wanted it to go, but God is still using it. There's still a purpose. I know there's something to it. Especially if she didn't do nothing wrong, you could still say, like, God has brought me here. It's for a reason. I can't wait to see what it's for. Right? There's nothing wrong with her being happy, but framing it that way kind of goes against what the purpose of marriage is the purpose of marriage is for you to be bound for the rest of your life. That's why it was created. It was created to bond you forever. So when that doesn't happen, there is something that went wrong. You know what I mean? Like there's sin prevailed in some sense, right?
Yeah.
So whether it be there's people who've gotten divorced for several reasons: mental issues with one or both, sin issues with one or both. It's usually in those categories, right? So something went wrong, even if it's not the fault of each person involved. There's still something went wrong.
But what if it's none of that, Sean? What if it's just we're in a relationship? It doesn't feel fresh. I don't know if I want to continue to go. I'm in my mind saying I don't know if I want to continue with this man. Basically using her, I don't know if I want to continue with this guy. He's the father of my child. I love him, but right now I feel like I have to leave him because it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. Even though it could be, but you just feeling like I just can't do this with him no more.
My question is, have you exhausted every resource to try to repair that marriage? Have y'all going through counseling? So have y'all communicated how y'all feeling and what you're going through? And even with that, I think marriage is an aspect of it that's a crucifixion. Like it's the two becoming one. Like parts of each of you are gonna have to die.
Yeah.
For the greater good of the marriage. So it's like, are both of you guys letting go what's necessary for your spouse to feel important or to feel loved or to feel like y'all going toward the direction that God wants the marriage to go?
Yeah.
And when you don't have an understanding of a godly perspective of marriage, when you just jump into it without understanding what God
To you, that's a wrap. If you choose to forgive after that, that's on you.
That's
but
on you.
Yeah.
They have already severed your covenant. Like they've taken the contract and ripped it.
Yeah.
So if you want to piece it back together and try and fix it, God has grace and He can fix it.
And God done miracles.
We've seen it. There's people in our lives that they've healed from infidelity and things like that. But that person has destroyed the contract.
Yeah.
You have to either make a new one or try and paste it back together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real. And I think the thing is, I think sometimes we using her situation, because I think their situation would have came out if he cheated, I guess. I don't know, unless they really tight-lipped about it. But it felt to me like I'm missing out. What's out there? What's my next door neighbor's grass look like?
You think that's what she's saying?
That's the vibe I'm getting. I could be wrong.
To me, it sounds like she dealt with a lot with this dude.
Yeah, it sounded like he took her through the ringer a little bit, and she trying to find a silver lining. I kind of feel that, but I just feel like the verbiage that she used,
conclusion wasn't correct.
Yeah.
But unless she's trying to save face for him,
she might just be trying to hurt him. Yeah,
she's trying to look strong.
Yeah.
You know, that's what people do. Men, women alike. If you hurt, you don't want to show vulnerability or show that you hurt, to let the other person feel like they took you to this place.
Right.
So you try to stay strong. Even if you cry by yourself, you don't want them to see it.
Right.
Especially on national TV with everybody looking, you're going to try to be strong.
No, but I mean, I guess that's the, giving her the benefit of the doubt, I guess that's the grace, not the grace, that's the integrity that she had for him, not to throw him, because anybody else would have been like, yo, this dude cheated, he did this, he did this, and then that's when you be like, okay, that makes sense. Because
I don't have a problem with her covering for him and saying, you know, if she forgave him and it's just one too many things, I can't stand this anymore because he broke the covenant. It's fine for her to find silver lining. It's just the conclusion is not right. That's it.